Hi everyone, it's Natalie Skabinski and I just wanted to make a little video to show you how to make a virtual classroom. I'm going to go over a little bit of the basics and a little of the tips and tricks that I found out. This right here is my virtual classroom that I use. I use this as an announcement in my Schoology courses. We use Schoology here in my classroom. I also use this to post different announcements for my kids, and I use a text box up here where it says how to make a virtual classroom and all kinds of little stuff. There's different ways to add stuff into your virtual classroom. I'll go over Bitmojis, I'll go over adding images, I'll go over adding pictures that you've taken yourself as well, because this right here, these are my steam bins that I use in class. And it's an actual picture that I took myself, and so I was able to get that in there. Also, this is a picture of my family I was able to put in as well, so I'm going to go over a few of those things. I'm going to go over how to move things back and forth. As you can see, I'm sitting in front of the whiteboard and my cube shelf here as well. And notice the plant is behind the desk. I'm going to go over a few of those tips and tricks on how to get it to look right. So, the first thing that you want to do is we make these in Google Slides, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your Google Drive. Excuse me. You're going to want to go New, Google Slides, Blank Presentation. You don't want to use a template for this, okay? So you can title it whatever you want. I'm going to say VC video. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of these text boxes. They're just going to be in the way. So you have a blank slide right there. First thing that you want to do is you want to add a background. Go to Background, choose Image, and you're going to Google image search wall and floor. And this is where you're going to find different options that you may want to use. I use this one, the gray here. I like that personally for myself. So I clicked on that, I inserted, and then I pressed done. Okay, so now I have a background. Now what I like to start with is stuff that anchors your classroom. What's the big stuff you want to put in there? I know that I'm going to need a whiteboard to write on, which writing would actually mean putting a text box in there and then typing something in there as an announcement for your kids or something like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to just move this over so it's next to my real one because I have my real one here. So I'm going to add in a whiteboard. What you need to do is just insert image, and I'm going to search the web, okay, for a whiteboard. Now, the trick here is you want to put in the word transparent. What this means is it shouldn't have a background behind your picture where it would have like a whiteboard with a black background behind it or something like that. You don't want that. But if you do find pictures that have those, I will show you how to remove that background. Okay, so here I have different whiteboards to choose from. You can put all kinds of different ones in there. Oh, this one's super cute. And this is the one that I used right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert it. And a tip that I like. See the blue box around here? It's bigger than my actual image. I like to crop it because when I start moving different pictures around my slide, I might catch that one and move that one on accident, have to undo it. And you know, it just kind of messes me up. So I like to crop my images to where they are pretty much exactly the size of the image, so I know when I'm grabbing it, that's exactly what I'm going to grab. Okay, so just do every side and then just push enter, and it's cropped. Okay, you can make it bigger, smaller, however you want to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put my whiteboard up there like that. Okay, now I know I want to put a desk in here. Okay, I'm going to need a desk. Just like my normal one where I have my desk here for my students for their computer time, I'd like to put that in there. So same format, insert, image, search the web. I'm going to leave the word transparent in there, and I'm just going to type in desk. There's several options here for you as well. Okay, so I like this first one. It doesn't really look like mine, but I'll show you how to change the color of it. Okay, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to insert it. Now, you might like this color. For me, my classroom is usually more brown, bright colors, that kind of, not brown, black, bright colors, that kind of stuff, okay? If you'll notice too, look at the legs. You don't want the legs to sit on the baseboard. You want to move them down so they're sitting on the floor. So that's another little trick there. So I'm just going to make it a little bigger. Okay. And then move it down a little. Now, I want to recolor this. I want this to be like a black, kind of gray-ish desk. So I'm going to right-click. I am going to Format Options. And then over here, you can recolor. You'll see all kinds of different options here. Okay, do I want a white desk? Maybe. Do I want this color, light gray? No, a little too light. There's that one. I do like that one. It's probably one I'm going to go with, but there's all kinds of different ones. Look at that if you want to add some color to your classroom. This is the one that I'm going to go with. Okay, so now I have my desk. You can, of course, make it bigger, smaller, anything you want to. Okay, so I made mine a little bigger. Notice that the whiteboard was put in first, so it's behind the desk. Perfect. That's how I want to. Now, I like to have some greenery in my classroom. Okay, so I want to add a plant. So I'm going to go Insert, Image, search the web first. It's always the first thing that I do to look for something. And I'm going to do Plant Transparent. Okay, now here's an issue that I ran into is I ran into a lot of like cartoony looking plants, or this one doesn't look like one, like a potted one I want in my classroom. Let's see. That one's cute. I like mine to look a little more real than cartoony. Okay, so I never saw anything that I liked here. This one's nice, but it's a little more cartoon than I wanted. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to just go to Google. I'm going to search Plant Transparent in Google and then click on Images. Now these are kind of more of what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm looking for something that looks a little more real. I like this one right here with the white pot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to copy image. Now I'm going to go back to my slide, and I'm going to Control V. Oh, I have to click on it first. Oop. And put my plant in there. Uh-oh. I have a big issue here. It has a big old white background. Okay, that I can't have. Okay, so let me delete that. And I'm going to go to a website called remove.bg. Sorry, excuse me. Remove.bg. Okay, now here you can upload an image and it'll remove the background. So I'm going to go back to my image. I'm going to right click it and I'm going to save the image as. I'm just going to save it on my desktop. I already have it saved there, so yes, I'm going to replace it. And then go back to remove.bg and upload it. Okay, so there's my plant. Notice I've already done it before. So my original's here on the right. My one without the background is here on the left. So I'm going to right click it, save image. Actually, no, sorry. Right click, copy image. Because if you just copy image, you can paste it right into your Google slide. Okay, so I'm on my Google slide. I'm going to Control V. Yay, no background. Awesome. Much better. Now remember, make sure you make the size right. I like it. I want it over in this corner. Let's see. Uh-oh. It's going right in front of my desk. That does not look right. So here's another trick that can show you how to move things back and forth in your classroom. Okay? I'm going to right click my plant. I'm going to go to Order, and I can send it backward, which means it moves one space backwards, or I can send it all the way to the back, which means it would go all the way up against the background of my picture. That's what I want to do, because there's not really anything I'm going to put behind it, unless maybe I put like a picture or something like that, and I'll show you how to do that. Send to back. Ooh, much better. Okay, so I'm going to move it back to where the bottom of it here, oops, see, I accidentally got my desk. I don't want that to move. The bottom of it here goes right there. And then I'm going to crop it because I just like to see that it's right off like the slide. There we go. Now there's my classroom. Okay, now you probably want to be in your classroom, right? So what you need is you need a Bitmoji. Okay, if you have never had a Bitmoji or anything like that, you need to go to Bitmoji on Google, make yourself one, and then add the Google extension up on the Chrome extension up on your Chrome browser. Okay, because that's what I have. So you're going to click on your Bitmoji, and then you're going to search. Okay, so I want a full picture of me. Okay, so let me see. I want one where I'm just standing. So I'm just going to write pose. When you do pose, you're going to see ones that are fully you, and you can go up and down and all around. So I'm going to pick this one because it's fun. I just click on it and drag it. Now, I'm probably going to need to make it bigger, smaller somehow. Maybe a little too small. That's probably good to begin with. Now, who am I talking to? I'm talking to the wall over here, right? Let me crop my image so I know whenever I grab a hold of it that it's just going to be my image. Okay? I'm talking to the wall over here. I'm not talking to anyone. So I need to rotate this picture so that it's facing towards the desk, towards the other side of the classroom. So right click, rotate, and then I just want to flip it horizontally. There we go. Now I'm pointing to my whiteboard. Anything I put on there, my kids are going to see it. So speaking of that, what I do is I put a text box. So this text box up here, I click on that. I put a text box. Anything I want to say, I put in there. Let's see. Hi, how are you? You can do morning announcements, anything like that, okay? Now, whenever you want to put in a picture that you already took, okay, it's going to have a background to it. So I'm going to go back to my remove background, remove.bg, and I'm going to upload an image. So say I wanted to put in my, let's see, I wanted to put in my steam bins like I have here. Okay, this is a picture that I took myself in my classroom. I'm going to open it back up. This is the original. Guess what? On the left, it removed my background. All I need to do is right click, copy image, go back to here, Control V, and it's in there. Now I want it to go over here in the corner. I need to crop that for sure so that it's just the same size as what it is. Ooh. I want to do that. I want to get the cropping, the black part. There we go. Those little black dots, dashes, that's what you want to get. And you're going to make that smaller. Enter. I want this to go up against the wall. Over here. Uh-oh. It's in front of me. Do we remember what we did? Yes. Right click, order, send to back. Now it's behind me. Okay? So guys, this is how you make your virtual classroom. You can also look for, I like to look for different motivational posters. So you could just do classroom poster. Look for some of those. Throw kindness like confetti. I love that one. Click on it. Right click. Copy the image. Control V. Put it in there. Now you have a poster on your wall. Perfect. Okay. Now, I just looked for the same stuff. I looked for a pink rug. I looked for cube shelf. I searched all that kind of stuff. I looked for welcome banner, and I just added that stuff into here. So I hope that this video helps